So look, man, we've all shit ourselves. I think we can admit that.
Oh yeah.
It's a thing that happens. It's part of the mortal coil to shit ourselves. Anybody that says that they have not shit themselves is a filthy liar and should be burned at the stake.
I think we've built our empire on freaking feasts.
Well, that's another video all on its own. Feast literally built this channel. Has nothing to do with shitting ourselves, though, oddly enough. But look, man, recently we've had some, shall we say, accidents. But before we get to that, I'm gonna tell you about this fucking time, dude. We were driving by this place, just randomly out there. Well, we were going to eat, and we just happened to drive down this street, and it just popped in my head. Holy shit! I shit behind that building right there once, and this was back when I was young. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, maybe like 17, maybe 16, possibly 18. I don't know, around those years, right? And our older brother was still around a lot. And I used to go in the summers and just kind of help him out with whatever the fuck he was doing, which was usually air conditioning related, right? So he went and went to go fix his air conditioning unit at this restaurant, and which was what it was back then, that building. And dude, I had to take a massive fucking shit. Like something that we ate, and you know our older brother's cheap, so he would always go for the cheapest option.
Yep.
So it was clearly some bad fucking feast burrito I ate.
It was some bad beanie weenie.
Dude, it was straight out of the can. Anyway, yeah, man, it hit me bad, and you know when you just, it's like on the verge, and your butthole's trembling, trying to keep it in there. That's where I was, dude.
Like the only thing keeping it in.
Cold sweats, everything, dude. And I was like, dude, I got a feast. And he's like, well, go ask them. And I'm like, oh shit, all right. So I go in, and I'm like, can I use your restroom? And these, really, I gotta kind of take it out on them a little bit too. These fucks have the audacity to tell me that it's only for employees. Shit. Like, dude, at this particular moment, I'm employed by you because we're trying to fix your stupid
shit.
Yeah, man. Stinks like a damn bean in here. It's about to stink like feast, and it's gonna get worse if it's hot. So right now we're employed by you. But you know, I'm a kid, really. I'm a youngster, so I don't, you know, I don't push back or anything. I come out and I tell him like, dude, they don't let me go to the restroom, and he's like, I'll just take a shit right there. And he points to what I can only describe to as a triangular lot. Of trees. And by triangular lot, I don't mean a wooded area. I literally mean a small, like 10 by 10 by 10 foot triangular area that's filled with like brambly trees. And by brambly, I mean they don't hide your fucking big ass when it squats down to take a massive turd, right? And I'm like, for real? And he's like, yeah, I do it all the time.
What?
Exactly. That alone is like worrisome. But, dude, I'm on the verge where it doesn't just matter anymore. It just does not.
Yeah.
I can't let it matter, or I will be literally swimming in my own feast. So, I go to the little brambly area, and then, you know, I squat. I find my place as best as I can. Mind you, this brambly triangular lot is right next to a road. And let me tell you, I've never seen so many fucking cars go down a shitty road that leads to nowhere. But anyway, I squat. I try to, like, in my mind, I was only unveiling a bit of my ass, but I'm pretty sure all of it was hanging out, because you can't take a shit and not stain yourself unless your entire ass is hanging. And maybe a little bit more, because, you know, the little lip of the pant might get a little feast on there. So I'm 100% sure that my complete culo was open air festival.
Entire wrecked. It was like Austin Jones' dream, except you're too old.
Well, I wasn't twerking while I was shitting, dude. Anyway, the moment I dropped trow, it's like the moment I dropped trow, dude, it's like fucking Cape Canaveral in that bitch. I'm surprised I didn't breach the stratosphere because my fucking cola was ripping, dude. Like, I'm talking like a sludge fest, dude. And I was like, I had to do like the little squat move forward because I was afraid I was gonna get some splashback, right? So I fucking finished. You know when it's diarrhea and you gotta take a shit, it all seems to come out, and then at one point your little bung, your O-ring is just pulsating, like shooting out air, basically, like, you know. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it smells good. And that's when I realized I didn't even take the time to think about toilet paper because I had to shit. And I'm like, oh no. So now I'm squatting next to my own fucking rectal detritus. And my older brother's on the roof of the place. I can barely see him. And I'm like, I don't have toilet paper. This stinks. And of course, I literally, by the way, if I were to get up and try to find paper, I couldn't pull my pants back up because there's clearly feces all over my cheeks. There was so much, a backsplash going on there. So I'm like, damn it. So I have to yell out to him, hoping that he'll hear me on the roof so that he can go get toilet paper or something akin to it, right? And so I'm yelling out, hey! Nothing, dude. I yell out so many times that somebody just comes out of the fucking kitchen, sees that I'm squatting, clearly in need of fucking Mahone paper.
Oh no!
And they shut the door very slowly, by the way, almost like if they were the last glance, you know.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh god, I have to literally sit there with the air fucking blow drying my bung until he comes down the ladder. And he's like, where were you? I'm like, dude, I need toilet paper. So he's like, why don't you just use that? And he generally points in the direction I'm in. I look over my shoulder a bit there, and behind me is a box, like a standard box, full with what I can only describe as shredded jeans.
Oh, jeans.
Yeah, jeans. What did you think I said?
You said cheese? It sounded like cheese. I was like, how the hell do you wipe your ass with cheese?
In case you're wondering, I told him part of this story, and I said, I'm just going to save it for a video, and he heard cheese. No, jeans. Yeah, so it was denim, basically. I don't know if they were specifically jeans.
Wait, was it boiled at least?
Is denim boiled?
It's a Sunny reference.
No, but is it, though, in, life? Do people boil denim?
If you're Frank, and you find a box of jeans under
obviously you gotta boil denim then, but I'm talking in general.
No, you don't boil denim.
I don't know, dude. I'm tempted to boil this denim because if anybody used that denim afterwards, got my feet all over them. But anyway,
have you used it?
Dude, I had to use the denim. Here's the problem with this shredded denim. First of all, the question arises: why is there a random box of shredded denim? It's pretty. With no perceptible seams or buttons or anything to suggest that it came from jeans, but I'm hoping that's where it came from. Just in the midst of brambles. Yeah. Why?
That's pretty fishy.
So I reach behind me and I drag that little box over and I'm like, this is a thing. And here's the problem, dude. The shred of denim, I'm going to try to replicate the width here. Like it was like a taco chip shred of denim status for all the shreds. So I had to get a bunch of shreds and do a wipe with a bunch of shreds just over my hand. Here's the problem with shredded denim. It's shredded! So my fingers just went through the denim shreds. My hand's all full of feces now.
Oh my god.
So I had to use other shreds to clean my hand. So it was a shred fest. It was bad, dude.
It's horrible.
Suffice it to say, I was not comfortable with the cleaning scenario.
I bet you have to do a tilt and wipe.
Well, there was no area to tilt and wipe. I was in brambles and squatting, so... Look, I'm gonna be upright with you. I had to stand upright.
No.
I had to do the stand and hold a bramble and tilt the ass to try to get, a good angle on that fucking shred action. It didn't work. It just tightened my butt cheeks around my hand. It's not good. It was like a vice, a dirty, dirty shit vice.
Damn, dude, you get that.
Anyway,
ass.
I tried to wash my hands on this hose that was just randomly out there. Well, obviously not just a hose, but and there. But of course, that's not comfortable, and you clearly have caca in your culo. On top of that. So I get in the vehicle with my brother, and I'm like, dude, you gotta stop somewhere. I got literally feces all over me. And he's like, no, you're good. And I'm like, how am I good?
Damn.
You know the situation is not good. So he refused to do that. And I just refused to get off the vehicle the rest of the day. Damn. I wasn't going to tempt the fates by blending that, remnant feces in between my buttocks the whole
Yeah.
day. So that's what it was, man. I just had to ride it. I had to ride the storm.
Ride the turd.
But anyway, recently we both pissed ourselves.
Yeah.
And you might say, well, of course, you're fat, man. It's expected.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. The case is we're both accidents. You was a more mysterious accident. Go ahead and tell us about that.
It makes perfect sense.
I don't know, man. You were trying to pass it off as like this great hoax that someone perpetrated on your person.
Yeah, I thought maybe one of my dogs had urinated on there and you know,
Pass the buck onto you.
blamed it on me. But then I realized that was a ludicrous amount of urine for a dog. It was literally my entire body was covered with urine. I was like, damn, homie.
Now you were sleeping.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Uh-huh.
I know why it happened. It was
Alright.
because I was drinking this massive jug, like the biggest big gulp, full of tea,
Mm-hmm.
Southern sweet tea. If you were wondering,
Yeah.
it's very important what kind of tea it was.
Super healthy.
Yeah, Southern sweet tea. I was suckling that bad puppy down. Anyway, and then I took my sleeping pill because I take 2 pills at night, one of which helps me sleep. So I guess while I was in my sleep, said sleeping pills didn't allow me to wake up. And I just freaking micturated my pants.
Micturated. And you love them pants.
And I don't know when this happened. It must have been, look, because that little pill only works for like, or it only like takes effect for like 1 or 2, maybe 3 hours.
And we literally suckled a tankard full of fucking sweet tea.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying here is that because it only has effect for like 2 hours, it must have happened like almost right away, and I just slept through it the whole night.
Damn, you were just rooting in your own filth.
I woke up and I was like, damn, homie, I'm wet as shit.
Oh man, mine is a little bit more unfortunate. I'd say if we have to rate lameness, be yours because of the sweet tea.
It's
Mine's-
Southern sweet tea, dude.
Oh, forgive me. It's even more unhealthy.
That's what makes it better.
Mine's just like tragic because I had an opportunity and I disregarded it. So I was over at a friend's house and he lives like a good 30 minutes away. So the drive back is long and it's just through vacant desert basically,
Yeah.
you know, for the latter half. And for the first half, it's through a highway, you know, in a city. So there's nowhere to stop really unless you get an off ramp. Then you have to get off that particular road and get, you know, it takes time. That's what I'm getting at. So I was about to leave my friend's house and something told me I should ask to use the restroom before I go, which I usually do. But I was like, nah, I'm good, you know. Didn't feel like anything.
Yeah, you got your box of denim. You should be good.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, box of denim will cover me. Boof. I get in my vehicle. I drive literally down the road. Now, mind you, this is pretty late. This is like 12 at night. So I could have gone back. But at that point, I'm just being intrusive. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back and go like, hey, homies, I know you're probably already like, thank God that fat asshole left. I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm not going to go back and go, let me use your pisser. But literally, I just drove down the road from their house, and I'm like, damn, I got to piss bad. Nah, I'm good. So I kept driving. By the time I get to the freeway, which was like, I don't know, maybe a minute drive from there, I'm on the freeway now. It's busy. It's a Friday night. It's busy in the freeway. I realize that I fucking have to piss. If I do not piss, I will piss.
Yeah.
Literally on myself.
Your bladder will explode.
It's so bad, dude, that you know when you fidget around trying to like put pressure on your bladder so that it shuts the little pee hole or some shit. I was doing that, but I'm driving, so I can't do that. Otherwise, you know, my foot will slam into something, i.e. the gas and or brake, and cause a disaster. So I'm like, oh God, man. And the best position was to stretch out like this. Well, that's right. I'm riding a mini car while holding the fucking thing like this, right? Which only means that I'm jutting my foot further into the gas. So I'm like, dude, it was bad, dude. I was screaming in the car like, you know, an effort to like, I don't know, man. Like I thought maybe I would help contain the piss, and I drove for a very long stretch on the highway, on the freeway. And it's like a spaghetti bowl situation. So I can't just pull off the road.
Spaghetti incident.
No. Don't ever bring up Guns N' Roses again.
Wait, did you pee yourself in the spaghetti bowl? Because if so, it definitely was a spaghetti incident.
It definitely was a Guns N' Roses album then.
It was way better. Yeah, it was way better.
Yeah, it sounded way better. Stinky. Anyway, so I'm driving. I can't drive off the road because I literally careen off a fucking cliff here. So yeah, man, I was in so much agony, and I was about to make it to the part of the freeway where there's a road nearby.
Yeah,
and I just felt warmth eject at an alarming rate from a fucking wang. And it was like uncontrollable. Like I couldn't stop it at that point. Like I'm like, no, I'm pissing. You know what I'm saying?
Just imagine you yelling the whole time.
Dude, I was screaming my ass off.
For some reason, flames are coming out of the wheels.
Yes, sparks. Yeah. I'm wiping them away like Stallone in Driven.
Yeah.
Completely unaffected by sparks, Stallone is. But yeah, dude. So I'm like, holy shit. And I feel that piss, dude. And it's like I couldn't, no matter what I could do, I could not stop it. So I'm pissing myself, basically, as I drive. And I managed to get off the freeway once I'm on that road portion that's not a spaghetti bowl situation. I managed to get off the freeway into a regular road. And I drive into a fucking random neighborhood. Just a rando neighborhood before I even hit the desert. I could have waited a little bit longer, but I really would have pissed myself then. I get off. Dude, I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I slid off my seat. That's the best way I can describe it. You know, those fucking super slippery pans.
Yeah,
like that. Like I was an egg doing this shit off my seat. I slid off the seat, and when the cold hits the pee, you can feel it immediately where it is, and it's like all up in my loins, man. And I'm like, this sucks. And I have to piss so bad. So I don't know about you, but I'm uncut as fuck. Like I got a little flap on there. I got an anteater penis. You know what I'm saying? So before I piss, I have to pull. I mean, I can piss with the anteater. You know,
did.
Yeah, I just did. But like, if I want my piss to go somewhere besides all over me, I have to pull back the anteater.
Yeah, it's like
you know what I'm saying? It's not a great situation, but it's great for sex because it feels great. That's the only benefit of the anteater. Trust me. But anyway,
I'm eating ants.
So it's hungry all the time. It's eating ants right now. So yeah, I get off the car. I'm like, oh god, I gotta pee. You know, when it's so desperate, I gotta pee. I pull down my pants like down to my ankles because I'm that desperate to piss. Then I realize I have to pull back the fucking the cock.
Just let go at that point, homie.
I can't because then they'll just piss all over me. You know, my anteater is an intrusive one.
Apparently, was it this long? Shit, homie.
No, it's not long. It's just, it changes the direction of the stream. And I'm pretty damn sure my anteater was going to...
That's the worst term.
My uncaught cock.
Uncaught?
My uncut penis.
Uncut.
My uncut penis. Is that better?
Yes.
Was gonna just shoot piss everywhere. So I'm like, oh shit! Now I gotta pull the anteater back. So I go for that, and I think that I got it because I'm in such a desperate mode, but I didn't get it. Somehow I pulled it back sideways. I don't know how that works. So it only shot onto my leg.
Damn.
And I'm like, no! So finally I manage and I'm...
You're ass naked. No!
Yes, dude. In the neighborhood, no less.
With your tapierness.
Dude, I'm pissing all over the fucking place.
You didn't fight with the tapierness?
Well, it just reminded me of the time I saw tapirs fuck in front of me. It was traumatic. Tapirs are nasty fucks. But anyway, I'm pissing all over the fucking place, dude. I finally managed to get the fucking anteater situation sorted out. Pissing, I feel so good. Oh god, you know the feeling, man. Like,
Damn, how much
and then I see a lot of piss, and then I see the lights hit. Somebody has turned into this road that I'm on, and I'm balls naked, pissing in the middle of the road. Basically, I pulled off in front of a house. But I'm pissing right there, right outside my car door.
Yeah.
And neighborhood streets are pretty narrow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no, and I'm still pissing, dude. So I,
It's the longest piss.
dude, I just winged it. You know, if you don't get that I'm pissing, then I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And the dude drove by very slowly. I'm assuming it was a dude. And that's it. I finished pissing. I had piss all over my hands, dude. Obviously piss all over my legs. I, cleaned my hands with some toilet paper that I gratefully had there. Not a good idea because it just crumbles apart in your hands. But I eventually got them dry. Then I took off my pants, bunched them up, and threw them on the bottom of in the foot well in your seat where you used to sit, by the way. And I looked at my seat. I'm wearing underwear now, by the way. But still don't have my ass out. Yeah, my anteater. But
It's only foreskin now.
I have no penis, just foreskin. Anyway, and I look at the seat, and somehow, despite pissing the ever-living shit out of myself, only a little part of the seat like that big is pissed.
How?
I don't know how to. I guess because of the way I was sitting and my thighs were scrunched together, me trying to hold it, it went upwards on me. And, upwards on my thighs, obviously.
That was the one time being a huge lard.
Yeah. So my thighs were together. The pant absorbed most of it, so only a little bit got on the seat. Thankfully, it doesn't reek. I cleaned it, a little scrub, a little Febreze, and then all's done. But I pissed the fucking shit out of myself. By the way, drove home only in my fucking underwear, which were wet.
And shoes?
And shoes, obviously.
Damn.
So if a cop had stopped me,
Yeah.
it would have been the worst of situations. But anyway, we pissed ourselves. Let us know a time that you pissed yourself and or defecated upon yourself.
Also, do you have an anteater?
Yeah. Inquiring minds need to know. Anyway, hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification buttons, because we're out.